Hi guys, welcome to Mom and Family. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to treat a diaper rash quickly. So today's video would be in English. In case you would like to watch the same video in Hindi, then please mention in the comment section of this video and I would make one in Hindi just for you guys. So with that, let's get to the video. To watch all videos on this channel, please subscribe to Mom and Family and also hit the bell icon so that you get notifications for future videos from Mom and Family. So now let's talk about diaper rash and how can we treat a diaper rash quickly. So if your baby has got a diaper rash and that's why you're watching this video, then please don't panic. Diaper rash are very common in babies who wear diapers. So when we talk about diaper rash, there are two things. First thing is, how can we prevent a diaper rash? And then comes the second point, that is, even after taking all the precautions, if your baby has still got a diaper rash, how can you treat it quickly? Now let's talk about the things that you can do to prevent a diaper rash. The first and the foremost thing is get good quality diapers. It's very important to get good quality diapers for your baby. Not only choosing good quality diapers is important, but you should also make sure that your baby is wearing the right size diapers, because if your baby is wearing a diaper too small, then also they can get a diaper rash. If we talk about personal experience here, then both my daughters have worn disposable diapers right from day one. The brand of diapers that we used for both of them initially was Pampers Swaddlers. I will insert a picture of Pampers Swaddlers here just in case you are interested in knowing. The great thing about Pampers Swaddlers diapers is that they are really soft for a newborn baby. They absorb really well and they have a wetness indicator. So these are the things that you should look in a disposable diaper if you choose to put your baby in the disposable diapers right from the start. Next thing that we as parents can do in order to prevent a diaper rash is to make sure that we maintain the hygiene and the cleanliness in the diaper area. This point I cannot stress enough, guys. It's very important to maintain hygiene and cleanliness in the diaper area. I will explain you the process which I used to follow to change the diapers of both my daughters, and maybe that will give you a good idea as to how you can maintain cleanliness and hygiene in the diaper area. But one thing that I can tell you right here is that you need to make sure that you change your baby's diaper every 2 hours or maximum 3 hours, but do not go more than that. And if your diaper has a wetness indicator, then follow that. If it shows that the line has turned blue, that means your baby has peed, then please change the diaper. Next thing that we as parents need to do in order to prevent a diaper rash is to use good quality wipes. If I had to recommend you the baby wipes, then I would recommend you to use water-based baby wipes. Use baby wipes which have maximum content of water. I have actually done a video on this channel where I explain how you should choose the baby wipes. I would put the link in the suggested video. You can check it out. I am personally a big fan of Mother's Sparsh 99% water-based baby wipes. They are suitable for newborn babies as well. I have done a review of those wipes also on this channel. You can check the review. I would put it in the suggested video. So you can use those baby wipes. If you are someone who does not like to use baby wipes, then you can just use plain water and a cotton washcloth to wipe your baby. Cleaning with water and a cotton washcloth is something that has been done for ages in our country, and it's completely hygienic and safe. So that is something that you can do if you don't want to use baby wipes. The next thing that you can do to prevent a diaper rash is to keep your baby free of diapers every single day for at least 1 hour to 2 hours. So you can decide which time of the day is appropriate for you to keep your baby free of diapers. You can choose that time to be the time when you massage the baby. While you're massaging your baby, you can keep them diaper free, or you can decide that when they play in the evening, you will keep them diaper free. But decide some time during the day where you keep them free of diaper. Keeping the baby diaper free every single day helps the baby's skin a lot, because the skin is able to come in contact with the air, it is able to breathe, and that keeps the skin healthy and free of rash. The next thing that you can do in order to prevent your baby from getting a diaper rash, and this was actually suggested to me by my daughter's pediatrician, is to apply coconut oil before every diaper change. A good rule of thumb that you can follow here in finding the right coconut oil is to make sure that that coconut oil is safe for consumption, in the sense that we can eat that coconut oil, because if that coconut oil is edible, then it is safe enough to apply on your baby's sensitive skin. So please apply coconut oil before every diaper change, and you will see that your baby is getting much less diaper rashes. So these are the things that you could do in order to prevent your baby getting a diaper rash. So when I talked about maintaining hygiene and cleanliness in the diaper area, it's extremely important that we understand how should we change our baby's diaper. So let me explain you the steps as to how you should change your baby's diaper. The first and the foremost thing is to change your baby's diaper on time. As I explained earlier also, you should change the diaper within 2 to 3 hours. So sometimes parents use diapers which don't have wetness indicators, so they are using their judgment as to when they should change their baby's diaper, and that way baby remains in that soiled diaper for longer, and hence the baby gets a diaper rash. So that's why I say that it's extremely important to buy diapers which have a wetness indicator, so that we as parents can know when to change diaper. The rule of thumb that I follow is I try to change my daughter's diaper every 2 to 3 hours. The second step is, once you have taken off the soiled diaper, is to wipe your baby clean. Again, you can use water-based wipes, or you can use just plain water and a cotton washcloth and wipe your baby clean in the diaper area. After that, you can again use a cotton washcloth to pat the baby dry. After you have patted the baby completely dry, give it a good 5 to 10 minutes where you let the diaper area air dry. This step is extremely important, and I think most of the times parents miss this because they are in a hurry to put on a new diaper. But I would say wait those 5 to 10 minutes, let the diaper area completely air dry. After you have let the area completely air dry, then apply a layer of coconut oil. If you don't want to apply coconut oil, you can also apply a rash cream, and then put the new diaper on the baby, and you're all set. I can assure you that once you do this process of diaper changing, your baby would also feel good and feel fresh. Now let's say we as parents followed all the things in order to prevent a diaper rash from happening, but our baby still got a diaper rash. As a fellow mom, all I can tell you is don't worry, don't panic. Life happens. Baby do get diaper rash sometimes, because let's understand the reason of the diaper rash are not just external, it could be internal as well. Because let's say our baby can be on certain medication, the baby could be teething, they could have a stomach upset, so the baby poop could be so acidic that the baby gets a diaper rash. So the first thing that you should do if your baby got a diaper rash is to stop using baby wipes. Do not use baby wipes if your baby has got a diaper rash. Use just plain water and a cotton washcloth, and do not rub the area too hard, because that can irritate baby's sensitive skin. Just dab the area or pat the area with a cotton washcloth and try to clean it. The second thing that you should do in order to treat a diaper rash is to use a zinc oxide based diaper rash cream. Now what zinc oxide does is it forms a barrier on the baby's skin, so that way the baby pee is not able to come in contact with the baby's skin and aggravate the diaper rash further. So it's very important that if your baby has got a diaper rash, then use a zinc oxide based diaper rash cream. So the diaper rash cream that I have used for both my daughters is called Butt Paste. It was recommended to me by a colleague of mine. I will insert the picture of Butt Paste over here so you can see the product. Whenever my daughters have got a diaper rash and I have used butt paste for 1 or 2 days, the diaper rash has cleared. So even if you're not using butt paste for your baby, make sure that the diaper rash cream that you are using for your baby has good amount of zinc oxide. The zinc oxide content in butt paste is around 16%. Make sure that you apply this diaper rash cream with every diaper change. The third thing that you can do in order to treat a diaper rash quickly, and believe me guys, this is the toughest one, is to keep your baby free of diapers. That is, do not put on diapers if your baby has a diaper rash. What I would personally do with my daughters if they got a diaper rash is that I would clean the area properly, put on a layer of coconut oil, and then put on some cotton lowers or cotton shorts and leave them without diapers for a good part of the day. What this does is that it lets the baby skin come in contact with the air, which helps to heal the diaper rash quickly. However, if you are unable to keep your baby free of diapers and your baby has a diaper rash, because let's face it, sometimes it happens that we are outside our house, like we are not in our own house, and our baby has a diaper rash. So we cannot keep our baby free of diapers. What you can do in that case is make sure that you change your baby's diaper much more frequently than what you used to. You should just see that the diaper is soiled and just change it. So even if baby has peed only once, change the diaper and apply the diaper rash cream. So these are the things, that is, not using baby wipes, changing the baby's diaper much more frequently than what we used to, applying a diaper rash cream, and keeping our baby as much diaper free as we can with a layer of coconut oil are the things that you can do in order to treat the diaper rash quickly. So when we talk about diaper rash, I think it's also important for us as parents to know when to consult our baby's doctor or baby's pediatrician for a diaper rash. So I'm gonna tell you 5 signs or symptoms of diaper rash as to when you should consult your baby's doctor. The first sign or the symptom is that if you are doing all of this to treat your baby's diaper rash at home, but you are feeling that even after 2 or 3 days have passed, your baby's diaper rash is not improving, instead it's getting worse, then you should definitely consult your baby's pediatrician. The second sign or the symptom is that your baby develops a fever along with the diaper rash. The third sign or the symptom is that your baby seems sick, unhappy, and is unable to sleep. Then also you should consult your baby's pediatrician. The fourth sign or the symptom is that if the rash starts spreading to other parts of the baby's body and is not just confined to the diaper area, then also you should consult baby's pediatrician. The fifth sign is that if baby's diaper rash has raised red bumps, the diaper rash has a border, there are pimples, blisters, the pus is oozing out, the skin is broken or it is bleeding, then also you should consult your baby's pediatrician. All these are signs or symptoms of a fungal or a bacterial infection which cannot be treated with a zinc oxide based diaper rash cream. The baby needs further medications in order to treat this fungal and bacterial infection. So you should definitely consult your baby's pediatrician if you see these signs. So this brings us to the end of the video on how to treat a diaper rash quickly at home. In case you found the video helpful and informative, then please like the video and share it with friends and family, and subscribe to our channel Mom and Family. So thank you again for watching Mom and Family. See you again with a new video. Bye for now.